Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Jurassic Unicast. I'm joined with Matt and Zul, the dinosaur man. How's it going?
No. It's Ian Malcolm today. Yes.
Is that what the glasses are? Yes. So lots has gone on in the last day or two. I don't quite know who's in the chat. We've got some. Oh, we go. We've got Red Fox and we've got Circus King. Welcome to the chat, guys.
Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Welcome.
Yeah, so we've got lots of topics. The first topic is going to be, well, I guess the thumbnail, the Giganotosaurus.
Yeah.
Really cool first look that we've seen of, well, it's not the first look that we've seen it. It's just, I feel like it's probably one of the best ones that we've seen so far.
Yeah, it's a little bit more defined.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's just one. It's hard to tell whether it's like a animatronic or.
Yeah, I've actually seen people arguing about that, whether it's animatronic or CG, and in my eyes, I think that could be a combination of both. Maybe.
Yeah, I agree actually.
Yeah, but people kept on saying that, oh, it's a full-on animatronic. I'm like, I think they only modeled the animatronic partially from the back of the spines to the front of the front of the chest, really. So behind that, the arms and the legs and stomach is not actually molded. So it's just partially the head and the spine. So yeah, it's not.
Well, it could be half and half.
It could possibly be. They could possibly make two model animatronics. Who knows? Just like what they did with Jurassic Park with the T-Rex. So,
no, let me just let me get that up. Matt, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think when I first saw it, I initially thought it was animatronic, but like you just said, actually, I think it's half and half. It's probably animatronic, but with CGI overlay, which obviously in the last sort of two world films we've become accustomed to anyway. But it just looks so cool. I think we were talking off air about it, and it just looks, the detail looks incredible. And it sets up what I think it's going to be a very sort of chilling scene, really. I mean, you can draw all sorts of conclusions, but it looks like some sort of crash may have happened beforehand.
Yeah, to be fair, this could have been flipped by the Giga, for all we know.
Could have been, yeah.
Just let me have a quick look in the chat. We've got Lightning McKean car. Hi. And you've got it's Noel. How you doing, Noel? Chat. We've got Lightning. Why is that coming out as repeated? Noel. How you doing, Noel? I can hear myself. Why is this? Lightning.
Oh, it's probably me. I don't know.
Turn my voice off. Turn my voice off.
Oh my lord!
I was thinking I was bad enough hearing myself once.
You need to hear yourself to actually communicate.
Right. So anyway, where are we? So we've got all of the cast members here. We've got Maisie. We've got Ellie Sattler. We've got Kayla Watts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alan Grant, Chris. I always call him Chris Pratt before I say Owen Grady.
Owen Grady.
And for some reason, we've got Ian Malcolm running off to get a cheeky whiskey from the bar.
Yeah, you know what?
I don't even know where to begin with this. Like, what is happening here? What?
I have no clue. The first time I actually saw that, I just looked at Ian Malcolm and I was like, where is he going? Actually, is he going to the loo or something?
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
When you gotta go, you gotta go. Yes.
There's lots of people saying that that's a flare. I don't think it is. I think it's just the lights from the car.
Yeah, could possibly be.
I think you'd see like smoke and stuff if that was a flare.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. I'm wondering if he says, I'm going to make a run for it. I'm going to make a run for the toilet. To see what's there.
The problem is, though, he's running almost towards the jewels.
Yeah.
It's hard to take sort of context out of it because obviously it's just a screen grab, but it does seem a bit peculiar why you would be running that direction.
Yeah, you know, if he did, it kind of made me remind of the scene from Jurassic Park the game where Jerry Harding was carrying Nima and into going to the shed, where they, you know, in cross of the Triceratops and the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Or something. So,
do you think they gave away the climax of the film?
Not really. I don't think so.
To a certain element, I do, but I think there's more to it than this. I certainly think that that's quite a good segue, actually. So first of all, we've gone through our thoughts. I think the Giga looks awesome. I think this part of this is all animatronic, and this bottom bit is all CGI. And if that's the case, then the visual effects are incredible.
They should get the freaking Oscar for that.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Not just nominated, but get the freaking medal. Like, that is amazing just to see the blend between the real footage and the actual CGI. I'm struggling with that, but you know, they're pros, so of course they're gonna make it look like 100% realistic.
Yeah,
it's just amazing to see that.
Yeah, he's not Circus King. He's not on the car. He's behind it. That's probably why he's not breaking it. 8 watching, boys. Yep. Hope that means there's 8 likes on the video, and give it a share. Give it a share. Share it to everybody.
Share it to Twitter.
Facebook,
share on every platform.
Share it to Snapchat, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Right. So this is quite a good segue because, well, after we don't know what on earth he's doing, let me slap the back of his head. These guys are all looking over in this direction. I don't think they are looking. They're looking that way for no reason. I wouldn't be surprised if there is a Therizinosaurus up here, but off screen.
Nah, they're just afraid looking at the Empire's magazine.
Yeah. They're like, oh my god, that Empire badge is floating. What's it doing?
It just came into the footage like boom boom.
This was a part of the script.
Like a UFO just hovering around.
Great. I have no idea what that is, but that could
Cue the X-Files.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, what a show. Yeah, so there's also a couple of things I'd like to point out, actually. You see this thing here? I think this is the thing that Maisie was hanging on when the Giga bit around it.
Yeah, that could possibly be it.
And I think it's a ladder with a cage around it.
So I reckon this is before that then, because there's no reason why Maisie would be up there only to come back down and hide behind the car. So I reckon that scene follows from on. That's my theory.
What's in the final footage of the trailer?
Sorry?
No, in the final trailer where they're grouping around and they say, "Don't move it." Like, is Maisie in that shot? Like,
she is. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She is.
Yeah. I think that shot comes first. Then this shot happens,
and then Maisie up in the tower.
Then Maisie in the cage thing.
Yeah.
So that's what I think is going on here. But it'd be interesting to know if this is over here. There is a Therizinosaurus, and then because I think this is supposed to be the same sort of area that the Therizina scene takes place in.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the mossy trees and all.
Yeah, it looks very similar, don't it? So I wouldn't be surprised if that is the case, and they have a fight, and the Therizina has some proper slashes in. They have a nice little ruck going on, and then T-Rex comes in and saves the day.
See, I've got a different idea.
Go on, go for it.
I think, and I'm only saying this because of the flipped car as well, and because everyone's there. I think the Therizinosaurus has already appeared. And I think they're hiding, thinking they're going to meet their fate. But then I think this is when the T-Rex comes in. So I think Thera versus Giga first. Thera gets killed or defeated.
Dinos, welcome. Sorry.
And then I think the T-Rex comes in for the climax. And the fight that obviously dates back 65 million years. That's how I think it's going to be.
Yeah.
You know-
Azim has a very good point. I like that point. Have you all noticed this scene has the same sort of imagery as Battle at Big Rock?
Yeah, it does
It
actually.
really does.
Why it does? I mean, it is directed by the same director, so.
Technically. Yeah, you're right there. Yeah, Matt, you might be onto something there actually with that point. I do like it.
That's what I think, yeah.
These trees are broken, so something's broke these.
Yeah, and it's like, for whatever reason, the car's going to be flipped in the first place. And I mean, I don't see why the car would be flipped and then a fight happens afterwards. Because like we spoke before, I think it's going to be a three-way battle, but not all at the same time, if you like. I think the Therizino comes in, battles, loses, whatever, and then the Rex comes in at the end for the climax, and as it's a showdown, and that's how I think it's going to be. Just hope she don't die.
So just like a complete circle, basically.
Yeah, I think so.
How sick would it be though if we had a three-way like fight?
If we have a three-way fight, would that be a little bit too much? I guess for
That's what I mean. They've already done that with Jurassic World with the Indominus Rex, Rexy, and Blue helping.
No, but Rexy and Blue were teaming up against Indominus. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like just them trying to kill each other.
But then, but you got to think about it logically. I mean, why would a herbivore trying to get involved with two carnivores?
Yeah, exactly.
In territory. I wouldn't want to mess with a Therizino.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to mess with two
I mean,
carnivores
but two
in the middle of a fight.
That's true.
like two giant carnivores, you can't. A herbivore would actually like rather save itself from risking itself from defending its territory from two giant carnivores. So in an animal kingdom, it would basically go like that.
Yeah, if like, no thanks, I'm not part of this. I'm out of here. That's what I do.
We'll have a great day.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, to be fair, I think that predators only hunt when they're hungry. Or they're defending a territory. So either these are hiding from this, or they're hiding from something else, and this has come along. Or like what you said, Matt. I don't know. We could all be right to a certain extent, couldn't we?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we could be, yeah.
Or maybe
something like this is going to happen somewhere along the line.
We don't know yet until we watch the movie. So, or maybe they're pulling a Jurassic Park 3 on us by having the main characters in the center between two giant carnivores. So, like, where they scatter after that.
Yeah. As long as I don't hear Amanda Kirby go, Eric! That's a bad idea.
Please.
What's a bad idea?
Right, just the screams in the background. I don't know.
So we've come to the conclusion that there could be a Therizino or a Rex coming into screen here, and they're not actually doing this expression because of the Giga. They're doing it because of something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you agree with that, Zol?
Yes, I do.
Yep. Nice one. Okay, so we're going to go to a quick break, and then we shall be back to discuss what a joker. What a joker the Giga is. Well, there we go. So the Joker is Colin Trevorrow commented on the Empire magazine about what a Joker sort of character this means. What do you think this means? Who wants to go first?
So I'll let you take the floor.
Oh no, I'm not going to take the fall first.
Well, Matt, you go for it. Go for it, Matt.
I don't have a clue. I really don't know what he means by it. I've been pondering it all day, and I've been thinking about it even when I was at football. That just goes to show how bad the game was. And I really couldn't sort of figure out what he could have possibly meant by it, to be honest. What about you, James? You tell us what your opinion is.
Well, for me, I've not seen the newest Joker film.
Right.
So if he's referring to that, not got a clue, mate. But if he's referring to maybe the Heath Ledger one, then I think Letton wants to see the world burn gives an indication that it's kind of a bit of a head case. The animal, I mean.
Right. So more like the Indominus.
Yeah.
We're just destructive. Well, because we already have that, so
yeah. Well, yeah, it's not just because of that, because I think COLINS said he's on record saying this, that he wanted this film to be more, with the dinosaurs specifically, he wants them to be more animalistic. So we don't want an animal that's going to go around destroying everything because it doesn't like the world. We've had that with the Indominus. We've been there, done that, you know.
Right.
I just want to see the dinosaurs become animals again.
Yeah, you got a point there.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know, and the problem is with the world films, they've sort of followed that same sort of trend as well. So it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest whatsoever, but I hope that's not the case.
Yeah, I'm not even entirely sure about what the actual meaning by Colin actually is.
One thing that you've always said, Matt, is you like the animalistic nature of them rather than the monster aspect of them.
Yeah, that's what I miss about the original trilogy.
Yeah. So do you think that, are you worried the fact that this might be the case because of this now?
I am now.
Oh, really?
I still hold a bit of hope because of what Colin's gone on record saying. But
yeah.
The more you think about it, the more it wouldn't surprise you, would it? Because it's hard, because obviously you haven't read the thing, and I have, so it sort of points towards that maybe. But I hope not. But I suppose we'll have to wait a couple of months to find out, won't we? But yeah.
Just copying my Discord into the old chatteroo.
Right now, I'm just reading the article of it, and
yeah,
I don't know. Right here, it says.
Shall I put it on? Let's put it on there.
Yeah,
I'll let you guys read it and then say what you feel.
How long's the article?
It's quite long, isn't it? Bleak chase period, but like its scaly brethren is none too pleased with itself rolling around in the modern day. So
whereabouts you?
It's the second paragraph.
Okay, so this one isn't a genetic hybrid like the Indominus and the Indoraptor. It's a scientifically documented giant of the late Cretaceous period, but like its scaly brethren, it's none too pleased to find itself roaming around in the modern day. I wanted something that felt like the Joker, teases Colin Trevorrow. It just wants to watch the world burn. As you'll see in the above world exclusive image from Empire's upcoming Jurassic Dominion, the Giga is set to cause havoc for the film's epic human cast. Where are we? The Giga's home is the amber-rich Biosyn Valley. That's what we thought, though, anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
We literally thought that. A name that will be familiar from the film Jurassic Park. Biosyn was a rival company of InGen who paid Dennis Nedry to steal the fateful embryos back in the day. Biosyn got the contract to house the dinosaurs that have been captured around the world via various governments. Trevorrow... Why does this keep changing? Stupid thing. Trevorrow teases Dominion Park. They claim it's a research facility where they can study the pharmaceutical values of the animals, but there's some other stuff going on which we expected. It's an entire new world, and it comes out on June the 10th. So we won't read any more of that because I didn't want to read too much of it anyway. So there's a lot to take in there. Obviously, we kind of it's not. I wouldn't say that's a spoiler. We kind of knew that was the case.
Yeah.
That was we all figured that was Biosin's headquarters from the trailer. Hello, Carl. Hello there.
Hello, Carl.
Hello.
Yeah, so we kind of figured that would be the case, didn't we? I'm interested about how they got the contract from governments. That's not how I thought they would go about it. I thought it would be a bit more shady. That tells me that the company, in the eyes of the government, is quite legit, but they are doing shady stuff. They're using and abusing that.
Like poaching.
Yeah, but they're using and abusing the good nature of the government that's allowed them to do it, and then decided to do it and to decide to do bad stuff using their power. Whereas I didn't think that would be the case. I thought that they'd be still doing shady stuff, and this company has just been built and built and built over the last sort of decade. You know, and something they've had like in the last 10 years, they've had moles in Jurassic World, like getting information. You know, people that worked in the labs for Jurassic World are also working for Biosyn, things like that. I guess
I love that idea.
Like with Wu as well, maybe even Wu's got a bit of a part to play, and he feels guilty. I don't know where his redemption might come into things. Let's have a read of this one. I hope the second half of the film being set in the facility doesn't get the same sort of criticism as Fallen Kingdom begin set in a mansion. Yeah, I think with that one with Fallen Kingdom is that it was the first time we've ever experienced dinosaurs in those environments, and I think that didn't help. You know, people they're like, "Oh, how many times can we have dinosaurs running on an island?" And then as soon as you go off an island, everyone starts moaning that moan about other things. So, it's probably not the best part of the film, in my opinion. I preferred the first half. I think there's a scene in the second half of Fallen Kingdom that I really, really like, and it's the one where they have to shut the power off to hide from the Indominus, the Indoraptor, inside all the little what are they called, like the little diorama sets of all the different dinosaurs.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool. That's one of my favorite scenes. But I think it becomes the Indoraptor show after that, doesn't it? As opposed to being all about dinosaurs. So, whereas I think this film is going to be so different. So different.
Yeah. Just because dinosaurs are everywhere right now, basically. So it's not just one singular dinosaur. We can possibly see multiple dinosaurs in one scenery, you know. It's not just
They're going to be all around the world, aren't they? They're going to be everywhere. These dinosaurs are everywhere, all around the world, doing stuff, you know, affecting people's lives, affecting, you know, people that could just be going for a stroll, going to the beach, you know, anywhere. These animals are going to be affecting them. So, you know, something like this, I think is, do you know what? I keep looking at that Giganotosaurus.
Yeah, I do.
And I keep looking at it, and it's just exactly. It's literally. I look at that, and I just see the Indominus Rex. Why is that blipping out? There we go. I just see the Indominus. I just picture that just reminds me of the bit where Gray and Zach and Owen are inside the Jurassic traders, and it sticks its arm in to try and get them.
Yeah. When the head basically comes into the shot, it does remind me of that.
And also, there's a bit where you got the fat dude on the floor behind the crane.
Oh right,
and the Indominus escapes.
Yeah,
and
the most running worker. Yeah.
And he's kissing his crucifix necklace. Yeah, it just reminds me of that as well. Can you believe Jurassic World is 7 years old this year?
That's scary.
7 years old already.
I mean, because of the COVID, you know, just kept on pushing the film back and back and back.
It's mad that there's kids that are into this series, like into the franchise and that now, that weren't even born when Jurassic World came out. And it's crazy, absolutely.
You'll be surprised. My young nephews, who are about like 4 years old or something. Once I showed them Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, they were like, "Let me see more dinosaurs."
Yeah. I know some
They
of
were
them.
dinosaur crazies. It's just, I don't know. It's just a phenomenon, really. Like what Jurassic Park has done for '90s kids, they've done, Jurassic World has done for the 2000s kids. Basically, they just make
Yeah.
that kids become crazy dinosaur experts or something.
Yeah.
When you
So
put a dinosaur, they're gonna be like, "What's that?"
what if you was to obviously given the information that we've been given, how do you are you happy with the way it's going?
I'm quite happy, really. I'm just, I don't know. I'm just a little bit too excited to see the movie, so I don't really care about it
Yeah.
that much right now. I just want to see the final result of it, and then I will be judging it based on how it is.
Yeah, I think because this is the film that Colin said that he always wanted to make, and this is what he always wanted to get to. That's why I think Fallen Kingdom seemed a bit rushed, because he just wanted to get to this moment. As I've said to you many times, James, haven't I, that I think getting off the islands was the only sort of realistic way forward anyway, and I'm glad that's the route we went down. So I am looking for, like Zol as well, I'm looking forward to the film, and I won't really hold any judgment until after I've seen it. But
Yeah.
I'm quite confident in where they're going with it. I just hope that because they've had an extra year to sort of add a few touches to it, etc., I'm hoping it does the film justice. I just want the dinosaurs to feel like animals again. That's what I want more than anything. Because we know the story, we know like part of the plot now. So it's just like, if the dinosaurs are right and they feel right to the audience, then the rest of the film fall into place, in my opinion.
Yeah, because the dinosaurs are the main attractions, basically, on this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Kids want to see dinosaurs.
They do indeed. It's quite funny. Like my friend Dan was saying the same thing. He was like, I don't care about the plot, the Maisie plot, and all that sort of stuff. We saw in the chat earlier. I just want to see dinosaurs. I'm like, and it's weird because the fans kind of almost want the opposite, don't they?
Yeah,
Whilst
they said
the fans more so the older generation kind of want a few things tied up and things like that. Good question. Okay, so I wonder where Rexy and Blue fit in all this. Well, I think Blue's story is a different one. I think she's not going to be involved with all this sort of thing. I think her story is she's got her offspring. Her offspring gets captured, and she's almost, I guess, being protected by Owen while he goes off to look for Blue's offspring, because obviously of what the DNA she's got in her can be almost catastrophic if someone else gets hold of it.
Yeah.
So they go on for the hunt, and I think that's why they go to Malta, which is where all the trafficking is, and the fights.
Right. Yeah, that's the black market.
And I think Baby Blue's there at the facility.
Yeah, she could be there. It could have been her
DNA
DNA that they were looking at on that TV screen.
Yeah.
On the trailer. She could be at that facility there. That's true, actually, Matt. You might be right there. I've changed my mind.
Because I don't see why else Owen, Claire, and is it? I've got her names. It Kayla.
Kayla, yeah.
Kayla, yeah.
I don't know why. Otherwise, they would be going there.
Yeah, true.
Because they're not with Grant or Sattler or Malcolm, are they?
No, they're not.
Well, like in the plane crash. So I don't see why they would go there unless Owen's looking for Blue or Baby Blue.
You know what?
Yeah.
Azim's just given me another good point here. I'm not ignoring everyone else's questions, by the way. I will get to them. But Alan Grant needs to meet Blue. If Alan Grant does not meet Blue, like...
Opportunity missed.
I'll be fuming.
He'd be seething.
Like, it'll be the point where I've got, like, I won't be angry. I'll be shocked. Like, I got into when I went to watch the Fast and Furious 9, hoping to see the prologue at the start. Well, me and Steve have gone into the cinema. We've sat down we've got in there like this, right? You know, we didn't want to see Fast 9. We just went in there purely for this
just
trailer.
want to see dinosaurs.
We've bumped our bottoms in our chairs. Anyway, and it's not just me and Steve. There's my friend Dan. There's my friend Declan. There's a few of us, right? And all gone to see this prologue. And me and Steve are like, and it took me a few minutes. And I didn't show it. And I looked at him. I was like, no. And my other two mates absolutely wet themselves laughing because they knew the only reason we've gone to see this is for this, and they've not even showed it. But I don't know how I got onto that segue. No idea. But it just made me laugh. But I just hope that my face. Oh, that's why it was shock. I was just like, I went out and complained and got a free ticket back because I told him that's the only reason I went and saw F9, and he didn't even show it. And he was like, "Wow, really?" I was like, "Yeah, because the film's tosh."
Yeah, I think multiple people, I think, have gone through that actual phase where they go to watch Fast 9, but they expect to see the prologue, but then, yeah, they just burn their money just to see Fast 9, like
crazy. But it was just a funny experience. I will be very shocked though. It would be such a huge missed opportunity.
Yeah.
From
them. I'll be so disappointed.
Yeah, I want to see I want to see Alan Grant like meeting Blue, and then just seeing Blue how domestic. Well, not really domestic, but how like tame Blue could be with Owen. Like people probably be shocked because he was tormented by raptors for the past few years, and just seeing this guy like putting his hand on one of the velociraptors, the one creature that actually torments his life. He's just gonna be like
mental.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a bit of dialogue between Owen and Grant, where Grant's saying like you can't train raptors, like, not necessarily like that, like you can't domesticate wild animals, because obviously Grant's seen a side of these animals that Owen hasn't. In the respect that the raptors he dealt with on both Nublar and Sorna were completely wild, fierce killing machines, completely different to the puppy dogs we got in Jurassic World. No disrespect, but
right.
And you think, and so if you're going to bring back a legacy character that's had those experiences, you sort of want him to sort of tell Owen about his own experiences from the past, and think like it's crazy that you think you could domesticate a wild animal, because essentially she's still a wild animal. You know, I mean, I know she's more of a character, Blue, than an actual animal. But again, it goes back to what I've said. I want her to feel like an animal in this film. I don't want her to feel like a puppy that does tricks, almost, if you know what I mean. Because I think in Fallen Kingdom, I think some of it was quite a bit over the top. You know, I mean, and then suddenly when the Indoraptor is in Mage's room, then suddenly Blue's there, and then Owen whistles, and then she attacks. Like, it's too
on the nose.
Yeah, it's too far fetched for my liking. I know for like younger audience it's a great thing, but like you and me said many times before, James, like because we're of that generation where we grew up with the original trilogy where the animals were behaving like animals, we sort of miss that sort of natural aspect to them almost.
They're unhinged, really.
Yeah, I think this film's going to be better paced because of I say better paced. I mean, I think we're going to have a couple of come down moments because it's 2 hours, 2.5 hours, longest film that we've got. It's going to be time for that. Do you hate the Therizinosaurus? Definitely not. Can't wait to see that, mate.
No.
Carl says, I'm not interested in the dinosaurs as much as the original trilogy. Design elements and vehicles. I'm not as interested in the dinos as much as the original trio. Design elements and vehicles. I completely misread that.
All right.
Comment.
I was about to say wrong franchise.
Yeah.
I mean, has he seen the actual thing on the Jurassic World Dominion? Like the dinosaurs look awesome. The dinosaurs look cool, right?
Yeah.
Even though they seem like quite retconned. I'm talking about the Parasaurolophus. Even if they seem like they're retconning the designs from the past films, they still look cool. I'm not denying that.
I think they look good. I like them. The poll is in. Do you like the Dominion Giga? 80% said yes, 20% said no. Only 5 votes out of 8 people watching. So if you want to give your pennies worth, I wonder what will end up loving more, Atrociraptor or Prioraptor or even the Oviraptor. I think the Atrociraptors will take the sort of the view standpoint from the original raptors and how they behaved and how they were. I think that's Colin's way of giving us the aggressive, kill everything on sight sort of version of raptor that we kind of missed from the last 2 films. And it will also then make you, I guess, I think they want that because they want to use blue, don't they? Almost like the face of the franchise to the point. It's almost like the link between the humans and the dinosaurs. So, by making blue an animal that's not liked, I think showing these new raptors makes you appreciate how her being so highly intelligently evolved makes you almost side with her rather than miss her being angry because you got the new ones in there to do that. I think the Prioraptor will be good. I can't say how big of scene it's going to get though, because I'm trying to think. There's so much stuff that we've got to see in this movie, and it's obviously got to tell a story. What do you think?
I think the Pyroraptor is only like gonna be used for a couple of scenes, maybe on the Bison headquarters, maybe because it is located on the sort of glacier type of thing, the like snowy mountains, like that's why they use the feathers to regulate their temperatures and all. Maybe used for that. I'm not sure about the entire thing, but who knows?
That is good. I don't know. I just think I think he's going to have quite a bit of a money shot, this Prioraptor, because it's the first time we've had feathers properly in the film. I love the design. I think the design's great. I know there was a lot of all this stuff going around on Twitter with people changing the eyeballs. Around eye, like the Jurassic Park 3 Raptors, would always look a bit more realistic. I think the fact that new TV documentary coming out has not helped matters. It's almost made people that hate the prologue even more, and it's almost like this is what we could have had. But
I think people's got to sort of be realistic and sort of separate reality from facts. I mean, like, this is a paleo documentary that's going to appeal to paleontologists and fans of the paleontological community. I mean, if you're just a fan of the Jurassic, then the Dominion's going to suit them more. I mean, I love both. I mean, you, me, James, we're both fans of paleontology anyway. So I can't wait for that documentary to come out. But I don't draw criticism towards the Pyroraptor or any other design because we know what the Jurassic franchise is. So there's no reason to sort of put down either one or the other one just because it suits your sort of view of thinking.
Yeah, you just cannot divide both. Like, both are different mediums, basically. One is for entertainment, one is for education. So,
I mean, I wouldn't imagine an 8, 9, 10-year-old who loves Jurassic World to go and sit down and watch that documentary because they might watch it just to see the dinosaurs, but they probably wouldn't understand the dialogue and everything that's going on because it's going to be quite paleo orientated. But they're going to watch Dominion because it's got dinosaurs that they recognize. It's going to have action scenes that they obviously love in this day and age, so it suits them more.
Yeah, like kids nowadays, they just went to watch movies just because of action and all. And I think when you watch, for example, like Avengers Endgame, you got tons and tons of like action sequences, especially the ending scene. Like, kids actually love that. When I played Endgame to my young nephews, they don't care much about the stuff they're talking about, what time theories and all. They just want to see the fight scenes at the end. They just want
because
that.
that's what draws kids
That's like
in.
basic.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, like, I'm not really quite sure because my younger self, when I was like 5 or something, I used to watch Walking with Dinosaurs quite a lot, and I love it. Like, it's just one medium to actually educate you towards what these creatures are really. So
yeah.
based on Jurassic Park, it's more like action, like you said, but on the other things, it's just to educate. It's not really. It's
Yeah,
not really.
exactly. Yeah.
What was that? What happened there?
Sorry, we went off our own little tangent.
Went proper weird.
It's just me and Matt now.
Yeah.
We've got some random person in here. Buy followers. I don't need to buy followers. I'm
That's
good enough.
cheated.
You need some genuine followers, man.
Yeah.
You don't need to buy them. No.
Would you have been happy with a battle at Big Rock, the 5-minute prologue and official trailer for marketing like myself? Or do you need to see more with the second trailer at the risk of spoilers? The second trailer, I believe, will have tons of spoilers in, like they always do with Universal, because they just ruin everything. So I don't even know if I want to risk it. I wouldn't be surprised if they just show everything. So
Yeah. Money shot, that's what they show.
I might give it a miss, but I say that I didn't say I said I weren't going to read that thing, and then read it anyway. So, Circus King, are you going to do any more Minecraft Jurassic Park videos? I don't know, and the reason I don't know about this is because I hardly have the time, to be honest. I get time to do these sort of things. I'm currently in the middle of the Jurassic World Junior novel trilogy. Well, I say trilogy, it will be eventually. Jurassic World Junior novel and Fallen Kingdom Junior novel audiobooks, which will be out in the next sort of couple of weeks. Well, one of them will be anyway, hopefully.
Check that out.
So I kind of have, we're playing Ark as well. We're doing Jurassic World Evolution stuff. So Minecraft is like right on the foundation of my list of things to play. But we'll get back to it one day if we fancy going exploring on Jurassic Park Minecraft again. But unfortunately, there's lots of other things that we're busy doing at the moment. Should we have a quick break and then we'll go on to our final topic of It's Not Darius. Well, there he is. Not Darius. Not Darius.
Not to Darius.
So when we find out that this is not Darius, which we all believed it wasn't, because Camp Cretaceous isn't canon.
Never bet an eye. Never bet an eye.
Shouldn't be anywhere near this film.
Needs to save the garbage.
What was his name again? What was the name he's been given? Cole, something Cole, isn't it?
Cole Ramsey.
Ramsey Cole. Cole.
Ramsey Cole. Where's the sauce?
Yeah, so we've definitely got is there any backstory on his character?
I think he just says that this character is a like enthusiastic character. I think a young enthusiastic character, if I remember it. A very ambitious and forward-thinking young man. That's it. That's just it.
Okay, so he could be a biasing employee.
Yeah, that's what I think he is. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so glad that they didn't make his bloke Darius. It wouldn't work anyway.
Or his brother.
For a start, he's in his 20s. He's far too old. Well, he looks like he's in his 20s, early 20s or something.
I mean, there's been like theories from people who love Camp Cretaceous saying that Mamoudou is playing Darius's brother just because he went off trying to look for Darius in season 4, I think. So it's not his brother as well. So what can you do about that?
I know. I just think it's I thought it's just quite funny, isn't it? The amount of people that were like, no.
But why would it even be Darius anyway? Like,
He doesn't fit the story. It doesn't fit the story. It fits Darius.
yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, if you're gonna have Darius, where's the rest of the group? You know, I mean, we blessed season 4 that he's stuck on that island with so many biomes, and they're getting ready to sort of do what they're going to do in season 5 when that airs after Dominion. So,
yeah, that's an interesting segue. Actually, season 5 is after they're releasing it after Dominion, so that tells me that they're hoping for the final season to they're almost using Dominion's wave to ride the wave to get all the viewers to get the viewers across to Netflix to get to get in that final season, like to make all the money and all the views, something like that. And I think you've also it'd be interesting to know how that affects the storyline, because I'm wondering if they've released it after, because people will think if they released it before, but what happens in the finale, I wonder how it's gonna finish with Dominion. I wonder if Dominion links in, whereas I don't think it will now.
Yeah. That's why I think they've left it, haven't they? Because apparently it does tie into Dominion in some sort of way or another. But I don't think it's going to be massive tie-ins anyway. I think, for example, certain dinosaurs, like new species we see in Dominion, are probably going to turn up in season 5 in Camp Cretaceous. Maybe there'll be mentions of what's happened on the mainland, i.e. Dominion. That's going to get brought up somewhere down the line in season 5. So that's where I think the tie-in sort of comes in. Because like Zol said, where does it fit into the story? Because these kids are, as far as these kids are aware, none of this stuff's going on the mainland. They don't have a clue what's going on. So
they're back in 2016 or 2017, right? Based on your story.
Exactly, yeah. So unless season 5 skips 5 years, however long it is, it wouldn't make any sense. I suppose it doesn't have to make sense because obviously the audience targeted is what, 8 to 12, whatever. But I mean, you've got to sort of keep it at a place where it's going to make a bit of sense, because obviously I know adults. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Camp Cretaceous, as you know, James, but I watch it because it is what it is. It's Jurassic,
Exactly,
but I don't consider it canon anyway, and no one else should. Because it's not
don't cross that line.
No, I think it's gonna. Obviously, the story's got a climax. So, if season 5 is the last season of Camp Cretaceous, I think it's either going to change its name if they're going to continue to write after season 5, and it'll be a whole new direction, or it could be to do with like they're going to finish that story off, and because it has no effect on Dominion whatsoever, it doesn't matter if it's played after.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you want to watch it in chronological order, you still can, because it won't affect it anyway. And I think people, maybe it could be that dreadful. They don't want it to tar. They don't want it to affect Dominion's people going to watch Dominion.
Or actually, I just had a thought. Maybe halfway through season 5, the kids get off the island and get back to the mainland, and then maybe they see on the news, like broadcasts from around the world, scenes that are in Dominion, and maybe that's where it ties in. Maybe.
Yeah, do you know what? I don't care. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that because they're not directly involved with the story. Yeah, it could be just you and me watching it on the news. You know what I mean?
Yeah. To say the Camp Cretaceous, right? This is where it's a bit. Let me just quickly answer this message. We do actually have merch. We've got a store. I wonder if we have got a store. What is it called? I'll find it for you. All right, and then I'll post it on the link in here. I might even put it in the description for you. Okay. With Camp Cretaceous, season 1, right? I was really, really, really on board with it. I thought I was like, this is great. I've always wanted to have this TV show that's related to Jurassic World and Jurassic Park. Always wanted it. And we've got it. Yeah, in cartoon form. I'll let it go. But, there's some great cartoons. I love all of the How to Train Your Dragons and Shrek and other DreamWorks stuff. I think, so there's no reason why I wouldn't have liked this.
Yeah.
So I was going into completely like season 1, brilliant, cool, this is good, and it goes in line with the storyline, and and it goes quite close, a bit ridiculous sometimes, and I think there was a lot of missed opportunities in season 1, showing off the park a bit more, like the stuff we didn't get to see in the films, and that's what kind of gave me the ump with it, really. But then season 2, although I actually enjoyed it and I found it more entertaining than season 1, was just so ridiculous and over the top. It kind of took the whole believability of these kids surviving in this world alone.
Yeah.
It made that believability less, if you know what I mean. Like, it took that away. Yeah. Like, I thought these kids are just, they're indestructible. No one's dying. Ben fell from a blooming monorail 50 foot in the air and survived. So it's just like there's no stakes are really low. So
just another reason why I don't consider it canon.
It's kind of like
it's mere stupidity, isn't it? Like on the level that if you're considering it canon, how can you have 5 kids? I mean, first of all, 5 kids stranded on a dino-infested island. They would have been rescued pretty swiftly and fast anyway. And then if you're led to believe what they went through, they did, and then they're surviving Rex encounters, Carnotaurus encounters, and then one character befriends an Ankylosaurus. Like, no, that's not Jurassic. But I don't want to go right on about Camp Cretaceous anyway, because you know what my opinions are on it.
But then we got to season 3, and it really brought me back into the show. Like, E750 aside, the actual exploration of the old visitor centre, seeing it being destroyed, there's some couple of nods in the dialogue to the novels. Like, there's some really, really cool things in season 3. And then we get the end of season 3, and it kind of links in with the start of the prologue of Fallen Kingdom, the T-Rex on the island. And I thought, okay, I like it. They're trying. This is more like it. If we're going to link something, this is what I want, not Tiff and Mitch. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is better. This is what I want. And then season 4 comes along, and it just goes absolutely mental again.
No, it's because season 4 is it's completely focusing on the whole shipping love romance thing with Brooklyn and Kenji. So that's the main point of this season 4. It's not really about the journey that they're taking through. It's just shipping teenagers stuff.
My biggest issue with season 4 was that they finally get off Nublar. They're traveling for a day or two, and then they come across this island, but not one single mention of where this island is or what island is it called. I mean, it's not Sorna, it's a brand new island that Manticore owns, so it's not one of the 5 deaths. So where's this island been hiding for the last 30 years? It doesn't make any sense. It makes zero sense to me, and to anyone it shouldn't make any sense. And I mean the woman, I can't remember half the names on there, but to be honest, but the woman that was doing the studying of the Rexes, I mean, there's no dialogue between them and the kids that said, "Oh, this is Isla Murtua," or
what is her name?
I couldn't care enough to remember, to be honest.
In the chat, put her name down. I can't remember it.
I forgot.
I don't think it's Sue or anything like that.
This is one of the instances where I forgot something Jurassic related.
Yeah. How comes Jurassic Park is not on Netflix? Do you know what? Occasionally it is, but the thing is, there's actually a streaming service called Peacock, and that is owned by Universal. And if you can, I think you can get it on Sky, and you can get it on other things. You can actually download the streaming service, and you can get all the Jurassic films on there. But I haven't got it because I've got more on
Not
DVD.
sponsored by Peacock.
I think that's where you'll find it. But I don't know. I've seen Jurassic Park on Netflix a couple of times. Cole says Camp Cretaceous off canon. Dominion take place in 2022 and Camp Cretaceous just a couple of months after Jurassic World. So how are they going to catch up in season 5 that quick? Good question. No idea.
Exactly. How do they time lapse 5 years or so? Like,
Well, they reckon that it's 2016 when the kids get rescued, don't they? In the season.
Yeah, it's been like 6 months after Jurassic World's destruction.
Yeah.
That's what the pilot actually said when she took the children into the helicopter. So it's been 6 months. Still in possibly early 2016 where Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom opening actually happened. So it's still like a couple of 5 years maybe, like after that sequence.
5 years and these kids haven't aged.
Nope. No.
Yeah, Kenji's grown a beard.
Oh yeah, that's the only thing that's grown is a beard.
Oh god. It's just a tiny beard, and then he just flexes it towards the other girls like.
Yeah.
Absolute stupid, mate. Stupid. But
season 4, man. not for me. Not for me. I was actually looking forward for season 4 just because when they actually announced, oh, Spinosaurus is in this thing. First off, I don't bet an eye that it was the actual Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus, but other people that actually think that it is the Spinosaurus. I was like, no, it's a Spinosaurus.
A, not B.
It looks different anyway. It's got different color pattern.
Yeah, it definitely
Don't have the same sound. It doesn't roar the same.
No, it just sounds like a.
That's how this vocal board clips. It's a different animal. It's a different animal. It's a different animal, guys. Come on.
If you have ever read Crichton's novels, he uses the computers as real plot holders as they navigate error codes and virtual file systems to lock all the doors that were opened. He does. And talking of novels, I have audiobooks of the novels. So check them out. Yeah, just go onto our YouTube page. You'll see them right there. Click on our actual homepage and you'll see the novels. We've got the Lost World one there anyway. The actual Jurassic Park one is on Spotify. Type in Jurassic Unicast on Spotify and you will find it.
And not listen to it while you're working.
Yeah.
Better way to do that.
What are they trying to? Where are they trying to go with season 5? Well, we've got Kenji's dad, haven't we? That came into the finale of the last season.
Yeah.
So he's obviously a bad guy, a villain, and I have a feeling because he's Kenji's dad, he's not going to die as a villain. I think he's going to be like, he's going to do a 180 and realize what he's doing is unethical. And then he's going to change his tune. Whereas I think that what's his name? The curly-haired dude, Cash. I think he will end up getting his comeuppance will come. Yeah, I think he'll have an off-screen death, like they always seem to be.
I wonder if they explain why Kenji's dad haven't been looking for him the last 5 years.
Yeah. Well, why have none of them been looking for him the last 5 years?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but if you find out within an hour of Jurassic World being shut, the first thing you do is ring your parents. First thing you do.
Was it season 2 where it was season 2 where they went to Main Street where Rex's lair.
Yeah,
and they had the beacon where they sort of lit the switch and then it let on and then that was never followed up on, and it's like
no. They
when
just
I look
use
back
it
on
to...
season 4 just seems like it was quickly put together. It really does have that feel to it.
Tina Bowman. Yeah, no,
that's it.
I think it just things like that, Matt, just annoy me. To be honest.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
Because I want like we are, the three of us are huge fans, right? We're no huge of a fan than all the people that love the people that love this, the love Jack Camp Cretaceous, right?
Yeah.
We've got no more rights to them. That they're not wrong, we're not right. It's vice versa, yeah?
Yeah.
But it's stuff like that that just baffles me. that doesn't piss them. Oh, I shouldn't swear. Annoy them as well. Do you know what I mean? Beep.
Yeah.
It doesn't annoy them as well. You know. Because I just find
think if you're
how is that
younger,
acceptable for them.
Yeah, but if you're younger, I mean, you wouldn't really.
I'm not talking about under 12s.
If you're talking about 20 plus, sort of.
I'm talking about geezers like our age
Yeah.
that are finding it, or at least 20 plus.
I could mention one name, but I won't.
That are old enough to go to prison, but they're okay to accept this stuff. That's
Brooklyn
part of their franchise, you know?
Yeah.
How come Spinosaurus is not in Camp Curation? It is. It's in season 4.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Not good enough, Chris. Not good enough. However, because you're late, you can post some of our stuff Could you find, actually, if you wouldn't mind, do me a massive favour. Could you find our merch link that is on the description of some of our videos?
Yeah, because I want to check out too. Actually,
I think it's it probably be on the audiobook video description. The link for the merch. I'm pretty sure it's still there, but honestly, we've not been on it for so long because no one buys our merch. It's just been there.
Not yet.
Not yet. I'm hoping you do.
There will come a time.
Go and buy it. Go and buy it. Buy our merch.
In time.
Please.
I'm sure the 5 listeners of this are not going to be too disappointed with what I've just said.
Get it tired. Just collect the clothes.
Yeah, the poisonous nature of the dinosaurs was emphasized, that it was really easy to get poisoned by them. It seemed there was a biological component that seemed to move the plot along in the reader's mind. Yeah, the book is very, very well done, which is probably why I'm looking forward to this sort of plot line with the dinosaurs on the mainland. And I'm happy that we're not on the islands anymore. Like, I love the islands. I really do. And I think if we go to the islands again, it should be in the past as opposed to the present or the future.
Right. It's like a prequel, yeah.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, though. If this ventures back to the island as almost like where Biosyn have got some facility there and they're getting all the animals of sauna, yeah, I'll love that. That's different. That's a completely different thing. But I mean, the main focal point being back on an island and a park and that sort of thing, I'm happy to have them in the wild around, areas of the world that we're used to going and seeing. Imagine, going into Universal Studios and there being a Pteranodon attack on Universal Studios. I mean, these sort of things play with your imagination, But even the end of Fallen Kingdom with the Pteranodons in Vegas, some people probably climb that tower and probably, plays with their imagination that there's Pteranodons on there.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. That's what I like. That's what I love, the idea of how this is going.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Actually, once I started to listen to the audiobook by who was it? I forgot the actual guy that plays the audiobook, but that ending of Jurassic Park novel where
William Roberts,
where he talked about the what was that character again? The American Costa Rican.
Marty Gutierrez.
Mike Gutierrez. Yeah, he came to talk with Alan Grant about whether there are still dinosaurs on the mainland. That sequence gave me goosebumps just to think about the dinosaurs. Like they're not on the island anymore. There could potentially be dinosaurs that escaped from the island and roaming around the actual mainland in the Costa Rican jungle, where it's too dense for you to find them quite easily. This is not Jurassic World where they have like a census or tracking things inside the body. This is like back in '93 where they don't have that really, or they do. I don't remember that. I think, but the point is that these dinosaurs are not like stationed on the one like separate landmass. They're basically like flourishing on top of a huge landmass containing like populated by multiple human beings. They could potentially be behind your backyard or anything. That's quite terrifying if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like if that happens in reality, that's gonna be like, ooh, I can't.
Well, that's what Colin alluded to, though, didn't he? I mean, Colin Trevorrow said that he wanted a sort of picture, like an image in the film where you couldn't go up a certain wooded back lane because there might be a T-Rex there. Like, for example, there's places around the world where we don't go because, like, for example, if you're in Australia, certain rivers you're not allowed to swim because we know there are wild populations of saltwater crocodiles. It's the same sort of thing. So you can't go to these places, or if you do, you enter at your own risk, sort of. So that's what Colin wanted. He wanted sort of like you're driving around a back lane and then a Gallimimus runs out from the woods. It's that sort of thing, which is realistic because that's what you want it to be like.
Yeah, he wants the people to like keep their imagination run wild. Like like my backyard is basically jungle right now, technically, and I'm just looking back outside my window, and I could potentially like imagine there's gonna be like a Allosaurus or Baryonyx just coming out of the jungle, like, oh shoot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I think like concepts like that are always just, I love them.
Yeah. So
let's see if I can find that image I've got here, which I think is great. This one.
Exactly. Yeah, it's realistic, isn't it? It's like because you can see those like there's in like Scotland they got signs saying wild deer crossing, be cautious, etc. Because they wander across the road at any time. It's the same sort of image that it gives away, like, you know what I mean? So
yeah. I mean, we got tapirs and we got boars running around the road, so it's completely like illogical to think that what they could put a sign saying, "Oh, dinosaurs around this area, so you might need to be careful of that." It's just feel like real.
Velociraptor spotted in these woods, enter at your own risk or avoid. It's something as simple as that, but it's. I mean, for example, if I knew of raptors in my woods up the road, I wouldn't want to go up there. Actually, I probably would actually, but that's a different story.
You're probably not even safe inside your own house if you're like surrounded by velociraptors.
I'm alright actually. I'm a top floor, so I'm pretty safe.
Still, they could jump.
Very true. Yeah, they're astonishing jumpers.
They're astonishing jumpers,
especially the big one.
So, see, this is obviously Biosyn Valley.
Yeah.
Right.
So I reckon that outside one of these pods is where that Giga is, and the
Therizinosaurus.
Therizino, yeah. So we think that Beta is in here. This is obviously a trafficking gangway, getting animals in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe import and export. Yeah.
Can't wait to see this now.
So do we think that there's going to be fences in the valley so the Giga sort of closed off from the other dinosaurs? Maybe.
Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like a perimeter fence.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, quite possibly.
What does interest me though is where the pteranodons and the quetzals are sort of kept, because this is obviously there where it happens.
I don't think that they've been kept. I just think they're wild. I reckon that the Quetzal is just something that's happened.
But Bison surely would have created the Quetzalcoatlus, right?
Quite possibly, yeah. Someone's had to make it, haven't they?
But then would they just release a massive Astarchid like
that?
No,
they probably wouldn't, but, it could have escaped.
Yeah, possibly.
But it's a good question. It could get answered, Matt, to be fair.
I'm sure it will.
It could be answered. I don't see while a helicopter, there's no way a helicopter's driving, going through the mountains. It wouldn't be inside, like there's nothing holding that down. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not in Avery, is it? It's got to be a wild animal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be interested to know. It's one of those things that it's a bit of a mystery at the moment, but
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it again and how much it comes on screen.
That's
Yeah,
why the second trailer, and I think it's about to come out in the next sort of 2 weeks. Within the next 2 weeks, it's gonna think I'll watch it because you can't help but not watch it. But I hope that they don't spoil too much, but they will, I expect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm not entirely sure.
Right,
Well,
I think. Go on.
It's just what Universal does, though, don't they? I mean, with Fallen Kingdom, that second trailer just basically you can put a piece by piece how the film sort of started and ended.
Yeah, that's what I'm worrying about.
Yeah, and not just that. They also like push the TV spots after the second trailer hits. They just push the TV spot after TV spots, and they just you could potentially think, oh, okay, this is how the story goes because you've seen all the TV spots and you just like piece them like a puzzle or something.
Yeah, I'd be happy with what we've got, to be honest. Completely happy, and wait 9 weeks for the film. Hey, the merch.
Well done, Chris.
Your Jurassic merch right here.
T-Mill. I couldn't remember the name of the company. There you go. I've been on it for a while. I'll have to go and have a look again.
Might have to dust off some and then shirts.
Yeah. I've actually got a baby grow for my little one that's dressing.
Oh, really?
Dressing in the past. Yeah. I'll go and get it in a second. Yeah, Steve got it for me because when obviously my baby was born. But yeah, so I think why don't we finish off our last? We'll have a little topic of what do you want from the next trailer? While I go and do.
What do we want for the next trailer?
Not a lot.
More T-Rexes. I want more T-Rexes. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Just T-Rexes and maybe some dinosaur scenes. I like the thing that we're gonna like explore is basically the plot, like how the story goes and what is the main driven subject of the story. So just keep that out of the trailer and just shows dinosaurs. I think that would grab enough attention. And don't make it that long. Like
it doesn't need to be a 2.5 minute long trailer. Make it 60 seconds, a bit of dialogue, but flashes of dinosaurs doing their thing, and then that is it. That's all we need, in my opinion.
I would say some people would probably be like, I don't know, they're gonna be greedy. You know, they're gonna be like upset where you post some 60-second trailer and be like, I want more.
Yeah, but then, like you said just now, that's when the TV spots will come in thereafter.
Yeah, that's always a bummer. That's always a bummer. Like, you just push your TV spots after TV spots. They could just potentially like show the same TV spot for multiple broadcasts rather than making like different variants. We don't need that. We only have like a month or two right now. And
it's like, what was it, 9 weeks until release? It soon flies. So, I mean, we had to wait an extra year for this film, so it was 9 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know, like, and I'm gonna like book a ticket to go to UK just to go see that. I'm not entirely sure when am I gonna go there, but yeah, we're planning to go there and just see the movie over there. I don't know, just Jack's inviting me. I'm like, I can't pass that.
Yeah, James is gonna miss it opening night because he's on holiday with his family. So, he's fuming about it.
Oh, mate, let's not even talk about
that. It keeps him awake every single night.
Absolutely ridiculous. Well, I couldn't find it for 2 reasons. One, because I don't know where it is.
That's a great start.
And 2, I think the only place I think it might be is in the cupboard in the room where my kids are asleep. So I'm not going to go there. However, I can do this though and share what we have got.
Right, I'm looking at all my TV set.
So we have got men's
sticky hoodies.
We've got men's hoodies.
Oh, I like the hoodie.
Ranger got red, black, and blue. We've got some t-shirts. That's a little bit like the Jurassic Park one, isn't it? You know, the one that Lowry wears.
Yeah.
Ooh, right, yeah.
Got some vests, just normal t-shirts, more vests, and there's like a little collection bag. You can get a bit of everything.
What's the logo? Is that like stuck on, or is it part of the actual material?
I actually don't know. I'm pretty sure it's like
It's your version, Josh. You should know.
yeah. It's no.
It's not managing it.
It's like it's stuck on, but it's not.
Needle thread.
It's not like a shiny material. It's
like needle thread.
No, it's matte.
Oh,
but, yeah. It's not embroidered.
Oh right, yeah, I got you. Right, okay.
Yeah, it's almost like a shirt sponsor from a football shirt.
Oh right, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did actually have another website as well, but I need to check that one because it's not. I don't think this one's properly set up. The other one isn't, and I think that's where Steve got the baby grow from.
Right.
So I think we've got two, but oh well, never mind. That's the end of that. So feel free to go on that if you want to. Hey, there he is that play Roblox. How about you get on the chat, Sam, rather than mucking around on Roblox?
Give some like opinions and stuff. Just talk about Jurassic Park.
I'm hoping to see it on the 10th in Manchester as I fly to Egypt on the 11th, or I'm seeing it on the 11th. I've got no blooming choice because of Disneyland Paris.
Who's gonna see on the 10th? Really, like
I would do.
Me.
I'll be there. I'll definitely be there at midnight showing. I reckon I'm just going to get a message from Matt going, "Oh my OMFG, haha, you mug." Although technically, I could actually see it in Disneyland Paris. It comes out on the 8th in France.
Does it?
Yeah,
You got a spare ticket?
A little bit early then.
I think it's comes out on the 8th. Yeah.
No, I'm still going to go see in the UK, I guess.
So we'll see. But anyway, I think it's a good time to end the show. Thanks to everybody that's obviously in the chat still and haven't got bored and disappeared. Thanks to everybody who commented on. Thanks to everyone that is in the chat that's joined in the whole time, made the show what it is. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new around here. Click the notification bell so you don't miss a video. And also, give me some thumbs ups. I want this bit more viewed and some more thumbs up.
YouTube blew it up, man.
So I guess after all of that, there is only one thing left to say, gents. Life, find a way.
Find a way.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.